Kia ora te whānau, oi hukaraiti, ko Andrew Doubleday tēnei. And today we have our Gospel text for Sunday the 30th of April 2023. It's John chapter 10 verses 1 through to 10. Very truly I tell you, anyone who does not enter the sheepfold by the gate, but climbs in by another way is a thief and a bandit. The one who enters by the gate is the shepherd of the sheep. The gatekeeper opens the gate for him, and the sheep hear his voice. He calls his own sheep by name and leads them out. When he has brought out all his own, he goes ahead of them, and the sheep follow him, because they know his voice. They will not follow a stranger, but they will run from him, because they do not know the voice of strangers. Now Jesus used this figure of speech with them, but they did not understand what he was saying to them. So again Jesus said to them, very truly I tell you, I am the gate for the sheep. All who came before me are thieves and bandits, but the sheep did not listen to them. I am the gate. Whoever enters by me will be saved, and will come in and go out and find pasture. The thief comes only to steal and kill and destroy. I came that they may have life and have it abundantly. Well, I understand why the disciples didn't get it. At some level, I'm not sure that I do entirely either. Yet, I do get the last part, and I sense that it's all leading up to this. The thief only comes to steal and to kill and destroy. I came that they may have life and have it abundantly. I often quote this text, probably more this than anything else, because it strikes me that this is the heart of Jesus' ministry. This is his mission statement about why he came. I came that you might have life and have it in all its fullness. Now, by Jesus' definition, anyone who fails to enter through the gate is a thief and a bandit. They've only come to kill, to steal, to destroy. Wow. There is only one way in, and that is through Jesus, through invitation and submission to Jesus, through acceptance that we only have a place in the fold by the kindness, by the love, and by the commitment to us of Jesus. That it's the way of Jesus is the glue that holds us and holds everything together. That it's the self-sacrificial act of Jesus that is the model that demonstrates what the way of Jesus actually looks like. We're all in this because of his love commitment to us, to each of us. That he loved us so much that we were worth dying for. That's actually what the next verse says, verse 11, that we didn't read. He's the good shepherd who lays down his life for the sheep. But what of those who don't want to be loved in this way? Maybe they want to be the ones who do the loving, but don't want to die doing it. Maybe they have an alternative strategy about what's best for the sheep. Maybe they believe that the sheep should be truly free, even set free from the containing and life-giving love of this good shepherd. And entering the fold in another way, according to Jesus, this ultimately leads to destruction, no matter how well-intentioned they might be in the beginning, no matter what great plans they might have for what's best for the sheep, no matter how committed they might be to the sheep's liberation. I find this holds a mirror up to me. Because the thing is that this isn't necessarily about those who start off with evil intent. Even Satan wasn't evil at the beginning. Pride caught him. He became evil. I was caused to think about this a few days back as I was reading a quote from J.R.R. Tolkien about the Lord of the Rings. Because in Tolkien's world there was no source of pure evil. And Sauron, the Dark Lord, didn't start off as evil. He started as benevolent and good. But he grew toward evil. He wanted his own way. He wanted to be someone. Perhaps we imagine that we can do better. Better even than Jesus. That perhaps Jesus could do with our help. I imagine that this was the case for Judas. Judas wasn't inherently evil. My hunch, as if you've heard me before, you'll have heard me say, is that he just didn't share Jesus' vision. And he thought that Jesus should be moving faster. Hence his betrayal. My hunch is that, as I said before, he was just trying to force Jesus' hand. What he didn't understand until it was too late is that Jesus moved to a completely drumbeat. Jesus wasn't interested in winning the way that Judas was. To coin an excellent sermon by Andy Stanley, Jesus won by losing. It's totally counterintuitive, but it was by giving his life that Jesus won. Because Jesus' priority was for the sheep. It was for what was best for them, not what was best for him. Jesus' commitment demonstrated in his laying down of his life for his sheep. Caused me to think about my life as a pastor. Was I? Am I willing to lay down my life for my people? Am I willing to die in a ditch for them? Or am I ultimately in this for me? Choosing to pass through the gate into the fold means that we've accepted the way of Jesus. Accepted Jesus' claim on our life for the whole of our lives. Now this is the hard bit, because we secretly imagine that the sacrifice will be more than we want to pay. Do we really want Jesus to be Lord? Do we really want to surrender our own sovereignty, our own autonomy, our own capacity to decide for ourselves? We look at what we fear we might lose, rather than recognize what we will gain. We imagine, we fear that we will lose ourselves, that it will be a life less satisfying. And we fail to see that we stand to most fully gain ourselves, the selves that we were destined to be, to become. It's verse 10 where this is made clear. The thief comes only to steal and kill and destroy. I came that they may have life and have it abundantly. As I said at the beginning, this is Jesus' mission statement. He came that we might have life in all its fullness, and not just after we're dead. His call, his promise, his commitment is that this life starts now. By being willing to submit to the Good Shepherd, accepting his commitment to us, allowing him to lead, him to guide, him to direct us, allowing ourselves to embrace his way, his purpose, his life in our lives. It's part of my prayer every day that Christ will be more fully formed in me. It doesn't always go so well, but it's the yearning of my heart. And I think it's the yearning of his heart for us, that he would be more fully formed in each of us, that we might ultimately become most completely who we're destined to be. as we are his followers, as we are his disciples. Amen.